The horror genre thrives on reinvention. From the chilling psychological dread of The Exorcist to the unsettling modern terror of Hereditary, every generation brings a new wave of fear that redefines what audiences expect. Now, a new contender is stepping into the spotlight, Leviticus, a film already stirring debate, excitement, and even rivalry among horror fans before its full release. But according to its stars, the comparisons stop there. This is completely its own thing, one cast member insisted in a recent exclusive interview. People will try to put it in a box, but once they see it, they'll realize it doesn't belong in one. And that might be exactly why Leviticus is becoming one of the most talked about horror projects of the year. A film born into controversy and curiosity. From the moment Leviticus was announced, whispers began circulating across horror communities. Early teasers hinted at religious themes, disturbing imagery, and a tone that felt both familiar and radically different. Naturally, comparisons followed. Fans quickly drew parallels to classics like The Omen and modern hits like The Conjuring. Social media debates erupted, with some accusing the film of leaning too heavily on established tropes, while others argued it could be the next evolution of the genre. But the cast sees it differently. There's always going to be a conversation when a horror film touches on faith or possession, another star explained. But Leviticus isn't trying to recreate anything, it's challenging the audience in a new way. The rivalry narrative, real or manufactured? One of the most intriguing aspects of the film's buzz is the idea of a rivalry within the horror genre itself. As studios continue to push out high-profile horror releases, comparisons have become inevitable. Some fans have framed Leviticus as a direct competitor to recent supernatural hits, positioning it as either a bold disruptor or an overhyped imitator. But insiders suggest the rivalry may be more about perception than reality. Horror fans are passionate, a producer noted. They love to debate. What's scarier, what's more original, what pushes boundaries? Leviticus just happens to be the latest film to spark that conversation. In truth, the genre has always thrived on this kind of tension. When Paranormal Activity exploded onto the scene, it was immediately compared to everything from the Blair Witch Project to traditional haunted house films. Yet, it carved out its own legacy. The creators of Leviticus are betting on a similar outcome. A story rooted in fear, and something deeper. While details about the plot remain tightly guarded, what has been revealed suggests a layered narrative that goes beyond simple scares. The film reportedly explores themes of morality, guilt, and the blurred line between faith and fear. Unlike many possession-based horror films, Leviticus leans heavily into psychological tension rather than relying solely on jump scares. It's not just about what you see, one actor shared. It's about what you feel, and what you start to question about yourself. This approach places the film closer in spirit to slow-burn horrors like The Witch, while still maintaining its own unique identity. The cast, fully committed to the fear. One of the driving forces behind Leviticus's growing buzz is its cast, who have been vocal about their intense preparation for the roles. Several actors reportedly immersed themselves in research on religious texts, psychological trauma, and real-life cases of alleged possession. The goal? To ground the film's supernatural elements in emotional authenticity. You can't fake fear like this, one cast member said. You have to understand it, where it comes from, what it does to people. This dedication is evident in early footage, which showcases performances that are raw, unsettling, and deeply human. Breaking away from genre expectations. Perhaps the most compelling aspect of Leviticus is its determination to defy expectations. In a genre often criticized for repetition, the film's creators have made it clear they're not interested in playing it safe. We're not checking boxes, the director explained. We're telling a story that feels honest, even if it makes people uncomfortable. This philosophy extends to the film's visual style, pacing, and narrative structure. Early reports suggest unconventional storytelling choices that may divide audiences, but could also set the film apart. And in horror, standing out is everything. Fans react, hype, skepticism, and everything in between. As anticipation builds, fan reactions have been a mix of excitement and skepticism. Some viewers are already declaring Leviticus the next big thing in horror, praising its bold themes and atmospheric tension. Others remain cautious, wary of the film's heavy subject matter and the risk of overhype. But if there's one thing everyone agrees on, it's this: people are talking. And in today's crowded entertainment landscape, that's half the battle. The evolution of horror, and where Leviticus fits in. To understand the significance of Leviticus, it helps to look at the broader evolution of the horror genre. In recent years, horror has undergone a transformation. Films like Get Out and Midsommar have redefined what horror can be, blending social commentary with deeply unsettling storytelling. Leviticus appears to be part of this new wave, one that prioritizes atmosphere, character, and thematic depth over traditional scares. But it also seems to be pushing even further, challenging audiences to confront uncomfortable questions about belief, morality, and the nature of fear itself. Why the own thing claim matters. When the stars of Leviticus insist that the film is completely its own thing, they're making a bold statement. In a genre built on familiarity, originality can be both a strength and a risk. If the film succeeds, it could redefine expectations and inspire a new wave of horror storytelling. If it falls short, it risks being dismissed as another overambitious experiment. But the cast seems unfazed by the pressure. "You don't make something like this to play it safe," one actor said. "You make it to leave an impact." The final word, a new contender in horror's ongoing battle. As Leviticus prepares to face audiences, one thing is clear: it's already making waves. Whether it becomes a genre-defining masterpiece or a divisive talking point, the film has succeeded in sparking conversation, and perhaps even reigniting a sense of rivalry within the horror community. But maybe that's the point. Horror has always been about pushing boundaries, challenging norms, and exploring the darkest corners of the human experience. And if Leviticus truly is completely its own thing, it might just be the kind of film the genre needs right now. One thing's for sure: fans won't be able to look away. And in horror, that's the ultimate victory.